Hi, my name is Jacob Learman, and this is my parish. I'm welcoming you from the front steps of St. Ignatius Church in beautiful Concord Hill, Missouri. Many of you will recognize this place for its iconic stained glass window, or maybe for its serene location amongst rolling hills of farmland. But there's more to St. Ignatius than meets the eye. The story behind this parish spans over 160 years and includes 3 churches, 3 schools, and hundreds of dedicated parishioners and volunteers. Join me as I embark on an unforgettable 4-day journey through the last 163 years of St. Ignatius of Loyola Parish and School. We'll experience the joys, hardships, and perseverance that resulted in the thriving parish we all know today. This is more than the history of St. Ignatius. This is the story of our ancestors, and it starts now. Oh, there you are. Welcome to part 1 of my 4-day journey through the last 163 years of St. Ignatius of Loyola Parish and School. Before we get started, I'd like to say a big thank you to those who helped make this fun video series possible. This includes, but is not limited to, the authors of our parish's 2 history books, Mrs. Leopold here at St. Ignatius School, and everyone who's watching this video and likes it and of course shares it. Just an FYI, I will be using information from these 2 parish history books. And if you'd like to get your own copies, you can find this top one by Sister Mary Edgar Meyer at the Warren County Historical Society in Warrenton. But if you're looking for something with a little more modern information, go ahead and come over to our parish here at St. Ignatius and you can find this copy. I believe we have extras. And of course we have it right here in our St. Ignatius Library. Anyway, let's get to some history. So St. Ignatius of Loyola Parish and School are located in the small farming community of Concord Hill in Warren County, Missouri. If you'd like to be really specific, we are located in Section 1, Township 45, Range 2 West. We're only about 8 minutes west of Marthasville. Overall, the parish and school have an awesome location. It's almost as if the founders knew that St. Ignatius would be a focal point in the community. So St. Ignatius Parish owes its humble beginnings to a famous 1803 land transfer known as the Louisiana Purchase. Without this purchase, I can safely say that St. Ignatius wouldn't exist where it is today, if at all. This purchase was made by Thomas Jefferson and opened the door for European immigration into the United States. It was a pretty big deal when he made the Louisiana Purchase. So when I was in here earlier, I was just scanning the bookshelves behind me and I found this really great book about the American presidents by David Whitney. Anyway, so I was flipping through it and I found this really great picture of Thomas Jefferson. So if you want to thank someone for the beginning of our parish, go ahead and thank this guy, as well as the German immigrants that were able to come here because of him. By the late 1830s, immigrants from places like Belgium, Holland, and Germany had settled in the St. Charles, Montgomery, and Warren counties of Missouri. While there were settlers from many different European countries in Warren County, the majority of them came from one place. And you've got it. Germany. So people that came from Germany differed in their backgrounds, yet they all left for basically the same reasons. Some were disappointed by the 1830s revolution, while others wanted to get away from their oppressive German rulers. And by 1839, 2 additional Catholic settlements existed in Warren County. Can you guess which ones they are? St. Vincent de Paul, which was then called St. Peter and then St. Paul in Dutzo, and St. Ignatius of Loyola in what was then called Piers. Father Verhagen, a leader of the Jesuits, purchased the original 40 acres where St. Ignatius of Loyola Parish would exist in 1837. 3 years later, in 1840, the land was officially patented to the Jesuits, who decided to name the parish after St. Ignatius of Loyola, who was the founder of the Jesuit order in the Society of Jesus. So now that the land had been purchased, it was really time to build a church. Parishioners held Mass in their own homes until an actual church was constructed, holding church in your living room for all your church friends. Is this something you would do if you had to? Imagine holding Mass in your living room while, your neighbor, your cousin, your aunt and uncle were all surrounded around you for Mass. What are your thoughts on this? And maybe you experienced this recently. But would you hold Mass at your house if there was no church to go to? Leave a comment below and let us know your thoughts on this. 1840 is when the parish's first church was constructed. Now, this church was not glamorous by any means. It was a one-room log structure, and it was used for Mass on Sundays and as a classroom for local school children on weekdays. But overall, we know very little about the log church. We do know, however, that it was located where the current parish's old cemetery is located today. And in case you're not familiar with that, let's go take a look. Just up the hill from the new parish cemetery sits what many of us refer to as the old cemetery. According to records kept at St. Francis Borgia Parish in Washington, Missouri, the earliest burials in the cemetery took place around 1838. However, the grave marker of Heinrich Fischer reads 1815 to 1818. That proves that German immigrants were in the area long before the St. Ignatius Church of 1840 was built. Other gravestones did not survive like Heinrich's, though. It's clear that many original gravestones were made of non-durable materials like wood or really bad stone, causing them to fall apart fairly quickly over time. However, we haven't forgotten about those whose gravestones are still here. We're very lucky to have many parishioners who still upkeep the current cemetery and the old cemetery. Today, the old cemetery serves as a reminder of those who came before us here at St. Ignatius Parish. Now, in 1842, Father Verhagen transferred the land where St. Ignatius sat to St. Louis University. 15 years later, in 1857, the university transferred the land to Most Reverend Peter Kenrick, and St. Ignatius Parish officially began. Once the deal went through, the parish was officially part of the St. Louis Archdiocese for the very first time. Fun side note, it only cost Reverend Kenrick $1 to purchase the land where St. Ignatius now sits. Quite a land deal, am I right? Now that the parish was official, things were looking pretty great for St. Ignatius, but this milestone was quickly followed by hardship. In the late 1860s, the parish's log church burned down. There are no records saying what caused the fire, though. Anything from a wood stove to something related to the war could have destroyed the church very easily. This brings us to about 1870. The church is gone, and the parish needs a place to hold Mass and school. What comes next? What will replace the log church? How will the parish move past this? Be sure to join me again next Friday to find out and to watch St. Ignatius expand into the parish and school we know today. But wait, don't go anywhere. Here's your chance to win a prize. In a moment, I will pose a question for you about something that I just mentioned in this video. If you know the correct answer, put it in the comments below. Then we will randomly select a winner and award him or her this very soft, very comfortable St. Ignatius shirt that are provided by the Home and School Committee here at St. Ignatius. Really soft, really comfy. But if you don't win, don't worry. You've got 3 more chances to win even bigger prizes in the next 3 weeks. Some even include tickets to St. Ignatius events. So, here's your question. In what year did Father Verhagen make the purchase of the original 40 acres of land that St. Ignatius would eventually sit upon? Do you know it yet? That's okay. Think about it and make sure to leave your comment by Monday morning. Then we will announce the winner in a post at noon on this Facebook page on Monday, July 13th. Again, tell your family, tell your friends, share this. Make sure to have your answer in the comments by Monday morning, and again, we will award the winner on Monday afternoon. Also, remember that 3 more videos and 3 more prizes are still on the way. You've still got a couple days, so go ahead, think about it, rewatch this video if you need to, and good luck. I can't wait for you to join me again next Friday to learn more in part 2, and see you then. Bye!